In His Shadow by meniekeime, Chapter 18, Alarm. Harry's Point of View. It was a normal Friday dinner in the big hall, and I was chatting with Alec as usual. We talked a bit about cheerleading and how much fun it was to do that kind of sport. It had been fun trying out the clothing we got for our training and competitions. Neither Alec nor I could wear the normal male uniform because the tops were too long and floppy, and the pants didn't fit us. So we had to cut the shirts and get the female pants. First off, leggings are so bloody comfy. Second, I almost got shorts for summer, and I had to take a L. Why? Because I don't want to flash my butt at anyone. I was hoping to get a letter from Draco back soon. I had been worried when I sent him the pictures too, and I hope he liked them. He had told me how much he missed me quite sometimes, and I hoped that the pictures could ease him a little. Victor was sitting next to me sometimes, talking a little, but not much. He was more of a listener than a talker. Suddenly a chair was pulled back next to Victor, and a girl sat down. She looked worn out and tired. "Hey, where have you been?" Victor asked her. "Cheer practice," she mumbled, grabbing an apple. I gave Alec a surprised look. "Who's training today?" I asked her. She nodded. "Training is every day for 2 hours minimum, at least for the Sharons," she replied, cutting an apple into small pieces. "Isn't that a bit much?" Alec asked, a tad worried. She shook her head. "Nigel said that we should train as much as we can. Some of the other teams had to repeat 1 year or 2 because they couldn't keep up with school because they trained so much. But Nigel said that sport should come before school." What the hell? "And you, what team are you in?" she asked, eating a piece of the fruit. "Zabin Rabin," Alec replied proudly. The girl shook her head. "Nigel said I shouldn't talk to people from Zyton Rabin." I shook my head. "Why?" "Because it was founded by a Sharon dropout. Eva was not strong enough to practice every day, and Nigel threw her out. Instead of asking to join again, she became a traitor to the cheer group and formed her own one. Nigel said the group was only formed to hurt her and the Sharons," she replied, shrugging her shoulders, finishing her apple. I was about to lecture this girl that Eva was very nice and surely didn't want to hurt Nigel, but I heard a shrill noise. Everyone put their cutlery down, and I was grabbed by Victor. "What's going on?" I asked. "Someone unauthorized entered the school. Maybe it's an angry parent, but it's never been anything really dangerous. But just be sure. Go into your room and I will accompany you." He explained it, and I nodded, latching onto his arm. Victor grabbed Alec, who had sat down on his chair, shocked by the sound of the alarm. Linda was nowhere to be seen, and maybe she went to the toilet. Victor pulled us up the stairs and into my room, closing it quickly behind us. I sat down on the bed, Alec next to me. Victor sat down on the ground and pulled out his wand. "Harry, I'm scared," Alec said, clinging to me. "You don't have to worry, Alec. Nothing's going to happen." I tried to calm him down and let out some omega fumes, as they were known to have a calming effect on others. It seemed to work a little, and he stopped shaking and hugged me. I stayed close to him. The alarm had made me uneasy, even though Victor repeated that it was nothing to worry about. We waited a bit. The alarm had long stopped already. Victor was about to call the headmaster's office when a knock on my door. Victor signed to us to stay put while he approached the door. "Password?" he said. "Shut up, Victor. There is no password. Now let me inside." I heard a familiar voice. Victor opened the door, his wand so raised. Koronov entered, and Victor sighed in relief. "Victor, Harry, you need to come with me. Sadly, I can't bring you happy news," he said with an angered expression. I told Alec to lay down for a bit and that Linda would come for him in a minute. I walked behind Koronov to the headmaster's office, making sure Victor was behind me. My heartbeat picked up, and I crossed my arms in front of my chest. The headmaster opened the door for me, and I got even more scared, wanting to run away. My pastor caught up with me. They were Ron, Hermione, and Henry, and they seemed more than pissed. What could they possibly want from me? And where was Draco when I needed him? End of chapter 18.